Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of discretionary, technical, and quantitative trade criteria, all of which we're going to break down for you in just a moment. As always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate all of our long ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we've got a total of 6 names we are looking at in this week's video, and 5 of them actually, so I lied, there are none coming from my discretionary bucket. There are 5 coming from the technical stock scans and 1 coming from our quantitative trade criteria. Now, I do want to actually take 1 second here. I've had this question come in again, and asking where the stock scans are for this video. So I usually have a link that appears in the top right of the screen, but if you just head to our website, thetraderisk.com, and you click on Warden TC 2000 in the top, click on stock scans, and you will get to this page here. There's a filter on the left, all of the scans we have available. And frankly, you could just look at some different ideas that we have here. We've got a lot of candlestick patterns, and we've got some of the stock scans that we look at routinely, but you can find everything here, click into them. There's more information, and generally there's videos. So that's where you can find it, thetraderisk.com, Warden TC 2000 stock scans, or you can always try and track down those links that appear in the top right of these videos. Okay, let's jump into the first idea here. It is ERII, ticker ERII. This is energy recovery, and this is hitting multiple scans for us today, but it's basically on our breakout lists. So it's hitting new 52-week highs today on volume, and it's also hitting our fresh breakout scan that we have on the store. So there's multiple scans you would find this on. It's on our momentum breakout scans, and you can see clearly why. We've got a very high volume session being put in right now. Remember, we're recording this before the market close, so we have already about a 400% sort of volume day here. So very strong volume coming in. You can see the very tight range that this has been in, and we've got a nice actionable, what I would consider an actionable breakout and a good volume pattern from prior months. So I really like this name and the stock industrial sector here, energy recovery. Take a look at this one today, breaking out to new highs. Number 2 is ticker symbol HUBS. This is HubSpot. HubSpot is on our pullback strength scan. And if we zoom out here, you can see again, this is a stock that's been very strong recently. It's trading just off of its all-time highs. It recently got back up to the highs here from February, and it started to pull back a little bit, a nice little orderly pullback. So on lighter volume, several days pulling back in a row, and then look at today's session here. We are trying to push back to the upside. We're trying to take out yesterday's highs. We're trying to get back on trend here and start to perhaps move back to these highs. So there's lots of different ways you can sort of participate in this or think about strategy. Again, the execution of all of these ideas are up to you. So I am presenting what I think are interesting technical patterns, but it is up to you, the trader, to actually execute on these ideas, figure out where your stop is going to be, where your targets are going to be. That's all going to be your personal preference. So sometimes traders like to cheat, and they like to sort of look at when the stock is breaking over the prior day high or above this trend line, this channel that has been pulling back in. Other traders, they just want to see fresh new highs, just like we looked at our first idea here, which is ERII. This is clearly a fresh breakout high. So for HUBS, we haven't clearly seen that yet. So over 535 might get a lot more people interested in this on the breakout. So lots of different ways you can look at that, but it is essentially hitting our pullback strength scan as of today. Number 3 is CDMO. This is also on our pullback strength scan. And if we zoom out here, again, you have a very strong stock. This is what we like to see. And you can see kind of the model of names that we like to see. On the long side, we like stocks that are strong, that are in healthy long-term uptrends. Thanks to IBD's stock list, we know that they are growth stocks, or they are essentially seeing accelerated earnings and are growing at an above average market multiple. So these are the things that are in place. And then we look at these specific technical setups in the short term. So we have, once again, our little small pullback here. This is just like a 3-day pullback or 4-day pullback, I guess. And then we are starting to move back to the upside today. That's what this scan is identifying. Volume's going to be pretty low, it seems like, and this is a thinner traded issue. So again, just keep that in mind if you're looking at this name. But I think the pattern here is pretty clear. You've got a nice base developed, hasn't broken out yet, and it has been moving sideways for a couple of months now. So once again, you may want to see some confirmation or some follow through on this over $20.20 or so to get more excited and conviction. So CDMO also on our pullback strength scan. If we move to number 4 here, I wanted to give at least one short idea here or one bearish setup. So this is ticker symbol WOOF, WOOF, and we can see this one here has been recent IPO, so it hasn't been trading for all that long, but it sort of traded lower here from its initial offering. It found some resistance back in early March around 24 and change. It sold off and it rallied back up to this level. And then take a look at today's action here. You got this big inverted hammer. So this is hitting our, I think it's hitting an inverted hammer scan that we have. It's also hitting our breakout failure scan that we have here as well. It tried to push up to new highs. It tried to break out and it failed. It's closing lower. So this one here, again, would be a bearish setup if you're so inclined. And if you want to tackle short on this market right now, this one is one at resistance and has been, rallying for the past 4 or 5 days. So that was WOOF. Wanted to give one on the sell side there. And last but not least, actually, no, 2 more. Last on our technical scans is REZI. So this one here, actually don't even know how to pronounce this. Resideo Technologies. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this is hitting our Bollinger Band squeeze scan. So if I switch over to our Bollinger Band view here, take a look at how tight these bands have gotten. So these are just simple, classic 2 and 20. These are standard indicators. Bollinger Bands are pretty much on every charting platform. And if you plot them, they measure and map volatility. To put it at a high level in a very easy way to think about. So they measure a stock's kind of volatility and recent trading range. And so when you see compression like you're seeing now, you're seeing these Bollinger Bands tighten, so the shaded area is getting tighter together. That generally is when there is lots of sort of pent up energy, and then you can get the stock to sort of expand in a certain direction. You get the breakout, the trending moves, the momentum moves, the fast moves that everybody likes to chase. So when you are looking for stocks that see this compression, REZI, this is one that's hitting it. That's what this scan is looking for. Don't know which way it's going to break out. It just tells us to look and pay attention. Obviously, the trends here are mostly all higher, so we would be inclined to take this as a bullish buy setup if this can actually break out to the upside, and we will have to wait and see. So REZI, that is the last on our technical list. I wanted to leave you with one more name, which is a new trade that we put on ourselves today in WDAY. So this is Workday. This was a new long setup in our Lamerick trading system. So this is a short-term swing trading system. Usually is only holding stocks for 3-4 days or so, and it flips them out pretty quick. So we're not going to be, in this for a very long time. We're not looking for a huge move. And in fact, if you're listening to this video 3 days later, we might already be out of this name. So just keep that in mind. But it's something we purchased today around $249.68. I think that was the exact fill. We were looking for this to trade higher for us, basically throughout the rest of this week. So hopefully you found something here that's interesting. Again, please do your homework on all these names. And it is earnings season, so double check the earnings dates. I didn't mention any, so you want to cross-check any of those if you're going to trade any of these, and just understand that obviously there'll be a lot more catalysts in individual sectors in this coming week as earnings season gets underway. So leave a comment below. I'd love to know what name you found most interesting, or if you have something else you're looking at this week, leave it below. Love to hear what everybody's looking at and trading. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and watching. Every Wednesday, we do our trade idea videos. just like this. Be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel or follow us at The Trade Risk. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you back here on Friday for our market analysis video. Take care.